who just joined in this now. This is your day. Okay, you should be proud. Okay, because you are a nurse, you are a COVID warrior. Okay, this is service to our duty, है ना, service for humanity, for mankind. ठीक है, ऐसे अभी ऐसे सिचुएशन हो रहा है, पैंडेमिक हो रहा है, अभी थर्ड वेव आने वाला है, so we have to be ready. Okay, mentally also you have to be ready, and physically also you have to be ready to fight. Okay, and to help others. Okay, to provide nursing care, to provide treatment to the patients. Okay, and also even at home, you know, family members of those COVID patients, they are very stressed, they are very they are in depression, or maybe they are having so much of tension, because how to isolate, है ना, घर इतना छोटा है, तो how will isolate those patients, है ना, how will we isolate our family members, और क्या खाना है, क्या नहीं करना है, क्या करना है. Okay, so many people, they don't know. Okay, so it is our duty to help others, to give information. Okay, give the right information. ये नहीं कि any information from Google is right. It's not like that. You have to give the right information, correct information देना है. Okay, then only it will be beneficial. It will be benefited for the patients and also family members. And also, as a nurse, we should be kind to everyone. Okay, should be kind-hearted. Should have humanity feeling. Okay, should have empathy. Okay, not so much of sympathy and apathy also in between. Okay, एक empathy होता है बीच में. ठीक है, it is between sympathy and apathy. Apathy means no feeling, no humanity feeling for anybody. ठीक है, whereas sympathy is having feelings for others, है ना, pity feel होता है, या other feelings of emotions. But you have to be empathy, you have to be in between. ठीक है, so just a small message, random message for everyone, that you should have this feeling, you should have this power, okay, within you, that you can do everything, that you can help others, and this is your duty, this is your service. Okay, so happy Nurses Day to everyone. Feeling very proud, and the first thing I was feeling very proud is when you went for posting, and I could see you in PPEs and all that. So I was feeling very proud, और मैंने एक status भी लगाया है शायद WhatsApp पे या Instagram पे, dedicating to my students. Okay, so it was I was feeling very proud to see you all working in hospital, taking care of patients. Okay, ऐसी situation maybe where it is a very critical condition, airborne infection है ये वो. So I was feeling very happy. Okay, and I was feeling very proud of my JNM second year students. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. And also when you were in theory classes, also some of you do not know how to take BP, do not know how to take how to give injection, many procedures, because obviously ये fact है क्योंकि last year you did not have any practical classes because of lockdown. Okay, but even though you did not have that much knowledge how to do practical, take BP, take vitals and all that, but then you went to the hospital and you did your work. Okay, you learned by observation, है ना, sisters को देख के ही काम किया होगा, है ना, कैसे इंजेक्शन लोड करना है, कैसे how to give oxygen to the patient, how to connect IV fluids और ये सब. I think this is all because of your observation also. Okay, so hats off to everyone for doing a very good job, for saying no to go for posting, for saying no to go and help patients, to take care of them. Okay, so you deserve everything. This is your day. Okay, so enjoy it and feel proud that you are a nurse. Okay, bas, that's it. Okay, so I'll continue. I'll go back to my topic for today. This is a revision class on abdominal tuberculosis. So you all can see your screen. सबको दिख रहा है screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you've heard about pulmonary tuberculosis, you have done in respiratory system, है ना? So pulmonary, from pulmonary tuberculosis, that is called as primary tuberculosis. ठीक है? So there is also another tuberculosis which is called as abdominal tuberculosis. Okay, so it is a form of tuberculosis which affects the GI system of the body. Okay, so patients suffering from pulmonary, पहले तो pulmonary tuberculosis या respiratory tuberculosis. Okay, if the bacteria is in the lungs, ठीक है, वहाँ पे infection उसने start कर दिया है, there is infection in the lungs because of the bacteria or because of Mycobacterium tuberculi. That is the name of the bacteria. ठीक है, तो पहले lungs में infection हुआ है, फिर from the lungs, okay, the infection, the bacteria, it is going to other organs of the body. ठीक है, so it will go down, ठीक है, which is the nearest organ to the abdomen? It is the heart and it is the lungs. Okay, so from the lungs, bacteria is going to the GI system, okay, to the abdomen. ठीक है, so that bacteria जब वो GI system में पहुंचते हैं तो फिर वहाँ पे infection start कर देते हैं. ठीक है, so when bacteria, this Mycobacterium tuberculi bacteria, it is causing infection in the abdomen, then it is called as abdominal tuberculosis. Is this clear? Then specifically, okay, it affects the peritoneum. ठीक है, abdomen, GI system में क्या क्या organs या क्या क्या organs affect होता है? First of all, it affects the peritoneum. It can affect the abdominal lymph nodes also. And in some rare cases, it can go down and affect the kidneys, it can affect the liver, and it can affect the pancreas. Okay, so these are the organs that are very close to the GI system. Okay, so abdominal tuberculosis is just a second form of tuberculosis where the tuberculi bacteria affects the GI system. It causes infection in the GI system. Okay, so this is a very simple definition. Is this clear to everyone? किसी को doubt है with the definition? Anybody?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, so I will go on to the next list. So you can see this is a picture. Okay, ये देखो, this is a large intestine, है ना? Okay, this is the ascending colon. This is the transverse colon और ये है descending colon. फिर आते हैं sigmoid colon. ठीक है, फिर आते हैं rectum and then anus. Then you can see here कहाँ कौन से areas affected हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Ascending colon, the large intestine. ठीक है, so the bacteria can go down into the from the lungs. Bacteria will go down to the GI system. It can affect the large intestine. So you can see here there is infection in the large intestine in the ascending colon. फिर even in descending colon, okay, so in descending colon also there is bacterial infection, and also you can see in the small intestine. ठीक है, duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Okay, so basically this is the jejunum. Okay, so even in jejunum also, small intestine, वहाँ पे भी infection है, bacterial infection. Okay, this is because of the bacteria Mycobacterium tuberculi. Okay, which is spreading from the lungs to the GI system. Okay, so this is abdominal tuberculosis. So you can see the picture here also. ठीक है, ये पूरा infected है, पूरा inflamed हो रहा है, धीरे धीरे pus collection भी formed हो जाते हैं. So we know there is pulmonary tuberculosis and the other is called extrapulmonary tuberculosis. ठीक है, दो types of tuberculosis है, pulmonary and extrapulmonary. Pulmonary मतलब relating with the lungs. ठीक है, lungs में infection हो रहा है, bacterial infection हो रहा है, that is called pulmonary tuberculosis. But extrapulmonary tuberculosis मतलब जब bacteria is spreading to the other parts or to the other organs of the body. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इट कैन गो टू द ब्रेन, ठीक है, सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम, ठीक है। जब बैक्टीरिया लंग से ट्रैवल करते हैं ब्रेन तक, फिर वहाँ पे इन्फेक्शन स्प्रेड हो जाते हैं, कॉज हो जाते हैं, दैट वी कैन कॉल इट एज meningitis. It can cause meningitis. Then we can affect the lymph nodes also, okay, the lymphatic system, okay, so उसको बोलते हैं scrofula, ठीक है। Then we know in the lungs, okay, so it can cause tuberculosis, pleurisy. Then if it is affecting the you can see the blood vessels, disseminated miliary tuberculosis. Then if it affects the bones and the joints, okay, spinal cord, okay, it affects the spinal cord, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, Pott's disease या Pott's spine भी बोलते हैं, ठीक है, that is another name. And if it affects the genitourinary system, then we call it as urogenital tuberculosis. Okay, so these are the extrapulmonary tuberculosis, and along with it is the abdominal tuberculosis, which affects the GI system. Is this clear? किसी को doubt है?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So extrapulmonary forms or extrapulmonary tuberculosis, it accounts for 10 to 15% of all cases. ठीक है, so majority of the patients they will have pulmonary tuberculosis, but some जब proper treatment नहीं हो रहा है, management ही नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है, they are not following the medicine, patients ऐसे ignore करते हैं medicines को, so they are not treated. So जो infection है वो spread हो सकता है to different parts of the body. Okay, so this pulmonary tuberculosis accounts for only 10 to 15%. Then TB of the GI system is the 6th most frequent form. ठीक है, so abdominal tuberculosis it is number 6. ठीक है, it comes in number 6. It is very commonly found, and it is after lymphatic, after genitourinary, after bones and joints tuberculosis, after miliary and meningeal tuberculosis. Okay, so abdominal tuberculosis also is very commonly found. Okay, it is a common disease condition after these 5 disease conditions. Then what are the risk factors? पहले तो family history, ठीक है, if patient is having family, कोई भी family members अगर उनको TB है, ठीक है, pulmonary tuberculosis है, या कोई भी any form of tuberculosis, meningeal tuberculosis है, या Pott's spine tuberculosis है ना, so there is a risk factor कि जो अपनी new generation है, next generation है, उनको भी tuberculosis हो सकता है. Then cirrhosis, that is the liver damage or the liver, the infection in the liver. Okay, the patient with liver disease condition also they can develop abdominal tuberculosis. Then patient with HIV infection, ठीक है, HIV infected है patient, already इनकी immune system बहुत ही low है, so they can develop tuberculosis. Then patient with diabetes mellitus also the immune system is low, healing बहुत ही slow हो जाते हैं वहाँ पे, and it is a secondary disease condition also, it can affect, they can have abdominal tuberculosis. Then tumors, ठीक है, malignant tumors also can, क्योंकि it is malignant, it can spread, है ना, so it can cause infection. So it can, the patients can also develop abdominal tuberculosis. And last is peritoneal dialysis. ठीक है, तो dialysis we know that peritoneal dialysis, okay, it is also it is commonly managed for patients with dialysis. ठीक है, so if we are doing dialysis, because if we are not maintaining sterile techniques, sterility maintain ही नहीं हुआ है, ठीक है, so what happen is infection, there can be chances for infection, immune system low हो जाते हैं, and patient can develop abdominal tuberculosis. So these are the risk factors. Then coming to the classification, there are 5 classification of abdominal tuberculosis. Number 1, gastrointestinal tuberculosis. Number 2 is peritoneal tuberculosis, which affects the peritoneum. Okay. Number 3, tuberculosis of the mesentery and their content. Mesentery veins, mesentery arteries, these also can be affected. Then tuberculosis of the solid viscera, that is in liver, pancreas and spleen. And last is miscellaneous, matlab others. Okay, that can be retroperitoneal lymph node tuberculosis. Okay, so these are the 5 classification of abdominal tuberculosis. Then you can see here, so these are the tubercles. This is because of the infection. Okay, you can see these swell, छोटा सा मतलब circular motion. You can see these circles here. Okay, they are round and they are swelling also. So these are the tubercles. This is because of the abdominal infection. What are the signs and symptoms? Okay, because infection है कहाँ पे हमारे GI system है ना, so patient can have abdominal pain, diarrhea. Okay, if the colons are affected, digestion proper नहीं हो रहा है, so diarrhea they can have alternate constipation also, abdominal distension, bloating feeling. Patient can have fever because of the infection. Patient can have weight loss, okay, because of excessive diarrhea. Then patient can have
डिस्टेंशन
हाँ
ये एब्डोमिनल डिस्टेंशन क्या है मैम?
मैम abdominal distension होता है जब हमारी abdomen bloating feel हो रहा है, मतलब it is what should I say, feeling of fullness. ठीक है, जब तुम full हो जाते हैं ना, तुम्हारा पेट ऐसे फूल जाते हैं, है ना, it is big. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
that is abdominal distension. This is bloating feeling of fullness. कि बहुत ही
Okay,
full feel हो रहा है, that is abdominal distension. Then weight loss because of diarrhea also, okay, loss of electrolytes, body is lacking, body is dehydrated, patient is having fever also, so there can be chances for weight loss. There is malabsorption, proper absorption नहीं हो रहा है nutrients, okay, nutritions. Then fistula, okay, then there can be chances for bowel obstruction because of the infection in the colons, है ना, small intestine है या in the ascending colon, descending colon or the transverse colon. So they can, because of infection, pus collection formed हो जाएगा, so there can be obstruction in the bowel. Then patient is feeling tired, fatigue हो रहा है, ठीक है, patient is having tired feeling and lethargy, weakness हो रहा है. Then patient can have diffuse abdominal tenderness, means that if you touch the abdomen, patient can have pain, and patient can have night sweating. ठीक है, बहुत ही पसीना होगा during the night time. That can also be because of fever. Okay, so these are the signs and symptoms of abdominal tuberculosis. Then what are the tests? पहले तो हमें टेस्ट करवाने हैं blood test. Okay, we can do CBC test where we can check the WBC count. We can check the hemoglobin. We can check the platelet count. फिर tuberculin test. This is one of the standard or the gold standard test for tuberculosis. अगर हमें confirm करना है कि हाँ patient को tuberculosis है, तो we can do this tuberculin test. Then we can do a biopsy. Okay, we can do biopsy of the stomach or biopsy of the GI system if you want to confirm that is abdominal tuberculosis. We can do a radiograph. ठीक है, X-ray करवा सकते हैं to check for the pus collection, and we can perform colonoscopy and endoscopy. ठीक है, endoscopy if we want to visualize or we want to have an image of the tract of the esophagus, of the stomach, and up to the duodenum. And we can do colonoscopy if you want to see or if you want to have an image regarding the small intestine and the large intestine. Okay, and also the sigmoid colon and the rectum. Okay, so these are some of the diagnostic tests for abdominal tuberculosis. Then coming to the management, okay, so you must be aware of these medicines. Okay, these are called ETT drugs. H is for isoniazid, R is for rifampicin, Z we call it is for pyrazinamide, and E is for ethambutol. Okay, so these are the you can say the identification for the medicine's name. Okay, so the treatment, medical management, there is a first line medicine and there is a second line medicine. ठीक है, पहले फर्स्ट लाइन मेडिसिन मतलब फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी क्या है. ठीक है, अगर पेशेंट ट्यूबरकुलोसिस है तो द फर्स्ट कैटेगरी ऑफ मेडिसिन वी शुड गिव टू द पेशेंट आर INH. Okay, INH is also called as isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide and ethambutol. So these are the 4 medicines that are in first line, which are the first line drugs. Then we can also give second line medicine like injection amikacin, kanamycin, okay, ciprofloxacin, clarithromycin, azithromycin, rifabutin. So these are the basically the antibiotics. Okay, so these are antibiotics which are in the second line medicine. Then the drugs RNTCP. Okay, according to the RNTCP, these are the medicine HRZE. So यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा है HRZE. Okay, so we will give 2 months of HRZE. Okay, H3R3ZE and E3, and we will also give 4 months continuously of isoniazid and rifampicin. Okay, so total कितना हो गया 6 months है ना. So 2 months continuously we will give these 4 medicine, and after 2 months then another 4 months continuously we will only give isoniazid and we will give rifampicin. Okay, and then treatment should be continued for 6 to 9 months. Okay, first of all we have to complete 6 months. Okay, 2 months HRZE and 4 months of HR. Okay, so after 6 months then you will assess the patient's condition. ठीक है, देखना है कि what is the infection rate, infection कम हो गया या infection और ही severe हो गया, so that depending on that we will continue for another 3 months. So total कितना होगा 9 months. Okay, apart from this medical management we will give some supportive nutrition, that is high protein diet. ठीक है, high protein diet, high calcium diet, we will give a lot of vitamin C. ठीक है, and avoid spicy food, avoid fatty foods, and tell the patient to eat lots of green vegetables. Okay, and also we can take these multivitamins, okay, multivitamin supplements, so that their immune system will increase. Okay, so this is the medical management for abdominal tuberculosis. Now coming to the nursing management. Okay, so I will just read the nursing diagnosis. I know that you all are very good with nursing diagnosis and their management. Okay, so first of all, patient is having abdominal pain. So acute pain related to the damage of mucosa layer of the stomach. So if patient is having pain, then we can also give analgesic medicine. Fluid volume deficit related to vomiting. Okay, so we can give IV fluids, RL, ringer lactate, normal saline, DNS. Then patient is having excessive diarrhea. Because of that, patient can have weight loss. So imbalanced nutrition less than body requirement related to disease process. Then sleeping pattern, because patient can have night sweating, fever, so their sleeping pattern is affected. So sleeping pattern disturbance related to pain, and also because of pain, also abdominal pain, they are not able to sleep. Then anxiety related to hospitalization. Okay, patient can have anxiety, can have stress, because they do not know what is tuberculosis, what are the treatment, what are the various tests that they have to perform. So they have no knowledge, so they can be stressed or they can have anxiety. And the last is knowledge deficit, which are related to treatment process. So because we have to give medicine for complete 6 months, ठीक है, 6 महीने continuously medicine देना है. So they may not have that much knowledge about the medicine. Okay, कब isoniazid देना है, कब rifampicin लेना है. So these they can have some problems related with the treatment process. So these are the nursing diagnosis, and based on these nursing diagnosis, we have to plan for the management. Okay, so is this clear to everyone? Anybody has any doubts regarding the topic?